Welcome to the On the Hunt podcast. My name is Elijah Winfrey. Joining me, as always, are my two co-hosts, Bobby Bless and Nate Rucker. We have got a jam-packed show for you, so we're going to waste no time getting into this. Preseason game 3, the final preseason game for the Detroit Lions this season, just happened. The result, 19-9, Steelers victory. Bobby, what did you think about it, my friend?
Man, it looked bad, especially those backup quarterbacks. I swear, I think I had an uncle with a cigarette hanging out his mouth did better than some of them dudes, man. I'm surprised they kept them both. I really honestly thought they were so bad. At one point, I seen Tim Boyle. Sitting in my living room looking, got tacos, margaritas, football, you feel me? And I see Tim Boyle throw an interception, but not a regular interception. The interception was so bad, it looked better than the passes he was throwing to his actual damn teammates. And that pissed me off. And the defensive line looked pretty good. I seen my boy Charles Harris and the Hutchinson kid. They act like they wrecked some havoc. And I seen Bryant block a field goal. It's been a while since I've seen a guy in a Lions uniform block a field goal. That's just something I talk about. And maybe the receivers dropping balls if I really got to put something out there. But I know Nate probably madder than me. But so let's see what my brother Nate got to say about it, to be honest.
Man, well, I won't really say I'm mad because I knew what to expect going in. These guys, the guys that were in there are guys that's fighting for positions. They're fighting for roster spots. So when you have that, you expect a lot of mistakes. You expect a lot of blown coverages. You expect a lot of drop passes. You expect the coaches to lose their voice because you would think like, hey, after so many practices, after so many games that you guys will have this information and this terminology down. But if that was the case, you guys wouldn't be playing in game 3 of the preseason, fighting for. So
yes, sir.
What I did, like I said, Austin Bryant just had the last 2 games has solidified himself in saying, "Hey, I've been hurt. I'm good. You can count on me. I'm gonna get the job done. Plain and simple. Hey, look, I'm here with the rest of them. I've bought in. Now, we've seen more poor play from guys who we brought back, a la Jared Davis.
Yeah.
After, as the worst linebacker, he came back and we claimed that seat as the worst linebacker. It was released.
Healthy though, too. He ain't hurting or nothing. He just straight. He just ain't got it, man.
That's all it is. You know, a lot of people, you always have a lot of good college players that don't translate into the pro level. And he's just one of those guys. It is what it is. You know, Tom Kennedy, good guy, but like I told you guys, the only way
speed.
The only way Tom Kennedy truthfully was going to make this roster is if Jamison Williams was not going to play this year. Because he's the total opposite of the direction of the team. They want fast. They want deep threats. They want guys that are quick. Tom Kennedy is a la Mike Furry, Hunter Winfrey, guys that aren't quick, they're not fast, but they're durable. The old Anquan Bolden. So he's, it's not even a slap to him. It's just letting us know that the mindset of the coaching staff right now at that position is higher. So to me, I look at that as a plus. If we cut Tom Kennedy, then that means that these guys that are making this roster are going to be 100% impactful. That's what I got from it.
So my thoughts, and I agree with everything that Nate and Bobby said. My thoughts on it, just briefly here. you know, when I was watching this game, I was actually watching it at my father-in-law's house because we were doing a birthday celebration for him, and he was kind enough to put the game on. And I say kind enough because he was razzing me the entire time. But anyway,
Man,
he was like,
no.
he's like, what's that losing team in Detroit? I'm like, shut up. Anyway, so for me, I was looking at it, and at first I was going to give him a pass. I was going to say, you know what? The Steelers put their starters in there for a prolonged period of time. We didn't do that. So I'm going to give them a pass. But then I thought about it and I went, wait a minute. This is the exact situation that would actually happen in a regular season game for some of these backups. They would have to play against the starters, and we would be judging them against what they did when they came in when our starters were hurt. And if that's the benchmark, I think some players did well, but I think on the quarterback side of things, it was an absolute disaster out there as far as that was concerned. And you know, Tim Boyle is, and I don't want to spoil anything because I know Hard Knocks happens later on tonight, but Tim Boyle I think might be throwing balls with other teams instead of two other teams at this point. So,
Yeah,
and of course, I said last week, I don't understand what everybody liked about him. And it just seemed like, you know, that absolutely proved my point this week because he was out there trying to get guys killed. So but
Man.
that's my initial thoughts. I'm happy the preseason is done. I'm looking forward to week one, and I'm
yeah,
looking forward to some of the other things we got on today's show because we're going to separate ourselves, I think, from other podcasts out there because we're going to give you, the audience, a look into some things that you probably have questions about, but you never knew you could get answers to them. And we're hopefully going to provide you with some of those answers. We're going to head over to Nate now with a segment that we call Inside the Den. Let me spotlight Nate here. And what Nate's going to give you is he's going to give you some insight into all things going to the game. So Nate, my friend, take it away.
All right. Well, the first thing you need to understand is you're going to want to understand parking. This is the biggest key of any ball game. So, truthfully, if you want to get a good spot, you definitely gonna want to get there early. And then there has been a lot of rule changes. Now, when you tailgate, you are not allowed to use charcoal grills. Especially if you're around the stadium, if you're going to be in Eastern Market, things of that nature, you are not allowed to use charcoal grills. Everything now is propane. You used to be able to buy a spot or a parking spot for your car, and what people would do with was we would buy 3 or 4 spots, and that's what we would set up. We would set up the TVs, we would set up the grills, you would set up your couches. All these things are no longer allowed. So if you buy a spot, you have to have your vehicle in that spot. They've changed it a lot. So what I thought it was going to be was post-COVID, well, pre-COVID, I'm sorry, where you had the party, you had the interaction with the fans, you had the interaction with the groups, you had vendors down there, you had people selling cigars, you had people selling jerseys, you had people selling merchandise. You don't have that anymore. So your parking is going to start off, the further you go away from the stadium, the cheaper the parking is going to be. The lowest you're going to look at is $20. The most you're going to look, which is right by 36th District Court, you're looking at about $40 to $50 to park.
Per game.
Just in parking. So then, now when you go inside, the one thing that the Lions have done, they have dropped the prices of beer and they have cut the prices of hot dogs. So now you can get a nice tall glass of beer, $5, $5.49 with tax. They have different specials at different times where you can get a beer, a hot dog, sausage, chips, or whatever for like $12. So roughly, if you just want to have a good time, you're looking at like $100. You know, get you something simple to eat. pay for your parking, just $100, that'll get you there, depending on where you want to park. Now, if you want to go ahead and really get it in, they have certain types of packages, which I have to do more research on. And they come in bundles where you can actually pay for so many allotment of beers, an allotment of hot dogs, whatever. You get the wristband and they check it off as you go. But it's like, hey, it's like going to Cedar Point, except for you don't have the all-day pass. So you don't get that. But what it does is, and then it also puts the section up there. So each section also has deals. So if you're in section 113, seat 6, that section plus section 115, 118, 119 they may say, hey, the people in this section, beers will be going for you guys $1 off. You can get a beer and a bag of chips or a hot dog for $7, $6, whatever. So it's going to be periodically throughout the game that they're going to be doing. So that is a plus as well. On top of that, you've got your restaurants. You have Crown Royal. You have Buddy's Pizza. You have, I think they have a new Savvy Slider in there. If you like those type of things, then they also have a Michigan-based brewery company inside the stadium. So it's all Michigan beers that there's going to be at this one location. And you guys, I cannot remember the name. I don't have my sheet with me, but it's all Michigan-based beers, so that's an added plus too. Just pushing Michigan businesses as well. But for the most part, that's what I was able to get through, not being able to go down on myself and actually interact. And what I'm going to be doing, one of my cousins is going to be working Ford Field. He actually works the concessions. So what I'm thinking about doing is getting him and actually giving the people an idea to know exactly what prices are, what you need, and what you can get to be 100% accurate. And he would know any type of promotions and things of that nature. So I'm working on that as well as just something that, hey, he can always let us know a week in advance what type of promotions that the Lions may be having at Ford Field.
All right, my friend. Well, that's awesome. And thank you for all the info that you've given us on this first rendition of the segment. Again, guys, this is something that's going to keep growing. And by the end of the season, you're going to be somebody, even if you go to none of the games. And we certainly hope you go to all of the games. You're going to be able to talk like you've been to every single one of these games. So, Nate, thank you so much for that, my friend.
You definitely going to have your experience.
So now we're going to head over to Bobby Bless with another segment temporarily called Merch Alert. And so I want to highlight Bobby here. And you can tell Nate's excited for this one. I am as well. So, Bobby, you are pinned, my friend. You are the only show on camera. Take it away.
Yeah, how you doing, brother? I don't have really much to provide to you guys with the merch section right now because I'm still working some details to smooth it on out. But I would like to speak on more of the mentality and how I feel as a Lions man. And hey, if you disagree with me, you know what you got to do. Like or comment right in that bottom section. But I like, no matter what, be a Lions fan. If I'm wearing a certain color just because it's red, it don't make no sense. How I'm gonna match blue. I don't even play that game. I'm just gonna give me a red hat. Let's say Detroit Lions on it and whatnot. I wore my 4-0 pattern hat. If you get my drift, it's one of Nate's favorite. That's why I made sure I wore it for him today. Yeah. Just to let you know, man, any situation, any color, man, I think of, man, I try to think about how would I do it as a Lions fan. Like yesterday, I'm coming home from work, it's raining like hell. I'm like, damn, it would be nice if I had me a Detroit Lions umbrella right now. So that's in the works right now. just little situations I come across every day. I try to think of how would I put a lion spin on it, so to say. At work, how can I sneak my team on me every day? You know what I mean? If it's wearing a hat on Saturday like I usually do, I make sure I wear a Detroit Lions hat on Saturday. Or even my Lions pins I got. Like when people see me, they already know I'm a Lions fan. There's really no even asking me. That's how I feel with merch. And that's pretty much it. But I do got a question. I got this nice little guy. When he get mad, when I get mad, I just hit him. He tough. He tougher than he look. But I'm kind of really looking for a name for my guy. So if somebody could come up with a name, yeah, you out there, if you got a name for him, let me get a name. I don't want no corny names though. It can't be something that you name your hamster back when you was in 3rd grade or nothing like that. I need something tough. But if you're a real fan, you need to be able to show it at any time. So some people might say that's a step past being obsessed or whatever, but hey, I don't have a tattoo or nothing, but I tattoo it in things that I do throughout the day. But if you're a real Lions fan, you gotta show your merchandise. And I can talk about the quarterback like a dog. I could talk about the coach like a dog, but I feel like as long as I'm putting my money on this merchandise, I don't really have to explain how fully invested I'm in this situation. But I say put your money where your mouth is. If you disagree at home, tell me why. Give me a good reason though. Don't nothing like silly, like, well, football is not like. I don't want to hear that. If you don't think football is life, you don't comment, man. Just save everybody some time. All right, guys. Go ahead, Elijah. It's your turn, brother. Send us in the right direction.
Yeah, all right. Well, hey, Bobby's a big fan of nature. He just loves all of nature.
Right.
Floral pattern. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh
so
man.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
4 texts. I've got maybe 4 texts in a row. All 4 have asked about when is episode 3. Are you guys doing it today? You know, guys record. I just say, hey, listen, man, I love it. Thank y'all for the support, man. I really do. Bill, Jarnell, my Uncle Lloyd, man, my cousin Duke, my cousin. I'm looking, I'm like, wait a minute, like, don't you guys know, like, no, we're doing it right now. Like, as we speak. I can't really.
Yeah, I'm at work. Got all my bosses following and subscribing, like actual bosses. Like I wanted to break down the manager meeting. Like, look, everybody open up YouTube. I'm serious, but a couple guys they think they like what we do, man. They just know how much we love the Lions. You don't have to love the Lions to hear us talk about football. Like me and Nate always say, just because we talk about the Lions don't mean we'll talk about anything else. So if you even want to talk about something else, put it in our comment. We'll make a portion of the show about that. We like football, and it don't have to always be about Detroit. Honestly, guys, real talk.
Well, and I've been having some people reach out to me as well, up here in Messina, New York, as I like to affectionately call it, South Canada. And I showed Bobby the other day, like we're literally, if I go outside too far, I got border patrol. But I'm hopeful that one day I'll get out to a game. I've never been. But one of the reasons why I wanted to do this podcast was so that I could talk to folks like Bobby, folks like Nate, about Lions football, but also the things that are going to make your life as a Lions fan a little bit easier. So I want to ask a question of Bobby here, just to kind of get us back talking a little bit about the merch, and then I have a question for Nate. So Bobby, with the things that you currently have, and I know that you weren't able to do a ton of research, totally understand, but the things that you currently have, where do you find that you get it the most? Like, is there like one site that you go to on the regular? I'm going to pin you here for your answer.
Yeah, honestly not, brother. I do Google searches, and then because I think of something pop up in my head, and let me Google, see what pops up. And depending on what I see and where it's from, because you can ask my wife, I do not want shit from China. so that's the because I see a lot of stuff that's nice, but if it's from China, it's not in my reach. This is how I put it. But eBay, if there's any shame in my game, it would be that China portion. But if it's on eBay, Amazon, Walmart.com, the guy next damn door at the gas station down the street, it don't even matter. I'm getting it. I've been in certain places. Okay. I'm at work. I go to the auto care center because I work at a major retail store or whatever. But I seen a Detroit Lions house key. Don't fit my door. Don't got no reason for it. Let me have that. I still need it for something. So I went on ahead and grabbed it. It's just what I come across, man. I make sure I try not to see it twice, if you get my drift. I try to get it the first time, and typically I do good, but it's because people, especially where I'm from, they tend to not really care about the Lions stuff. So it's always pushed to the side. You got to really look for it and whatnot. But as far as the hats, though, I go to Lids. I got a Lids account. The guy know me. When he win, he be expecting me. When we win, he expect me every Monday. As soon as I get off of work, let me go and get this hat. He put them aside for me.
Because that's a tradition for you, right? Like when we win,
yes,
you get a new hat, right?
Yes, sir. Even if I got to go to the mall as soon as I leave work to get it, I typically have it when the Lions win on Monday, when the Lions win on Sunday, rather I say, I buys me a new hat on Monday. So
that's
can't wait.
Cool.
Yeah, but if they lose too much, I buy a hat every Monday anyway. It's really not up to them eventually. It's not every Monday. It's some Mondays.
Well, Nate, I just to kind of shift it to you with the question I have for you. So you were talking about tickets, as far as or actually you were talking about parking, but I wanted to ask you a question about tickets. So first game of the season's coming up. Are Lions home games generally sold out, or is it a situation where you can show up the day of and get a ticket, or do they do any type of physical tickets like that?
Yeah, they do. You can show up and get them that day. But the thing about doing it that way is that it's just like the old rock concerts. You always have a scalper somewhere. You always, everything, it's always better to get them online, get them, so that you have it sent directly to your phone. It's safer that way, because truthfully, hey, yeah, you can get them when you get there, but you don't know, depending on who you play, you never know if they're going to be sold out or not. But you can always go to not StubHub.
Yeah.
StubHub always have up to game time deals and discounts. So the closer you get to the game, the better your price will be. So that, for the people that don't want to do online, if they want to do same day, that's fine. You get there, you tailgate, you relax, and then the closer it gets to game time is when you go to purchase your ticket. You pull up StubHub, you pull up Ticketmaster, go to DetroitLions.com. Those three sites particularly, the price per ticket is normally going to go down the closer it gets to game time.
Yeah. If I go through StubHub and Ticketmaster, I already brought my ticket because I'm a real Lions fan. I ain't no way in hell I'm gonna wait till the damn day of to get some damn tickets. I'll buy them all right now if I had
to. So Nate, as far as the ticket situation is concerned, that's interesting. I would have thought that the closer you get, the higher the price would go. Because I know with everything else in life, it's like if you wait too long on like a hotel room, if you're going to a convention or an airplane ticket, like you're going to be paying out way bigger prices than you were before if you bought it in advance. But when you buy it online, and this might be a silly question, guys, but again, I'm asking as a fan who's never been, just in case there might be somebody else who's watching who's never been. When you buy it online, do you need to print out the ticket to bring it to them, or can they scan it on your phone nowadays?
No.
Scan it on your phone.
scan into your phone. For iPhone users, what you do is they will send you that email. You save that ticket and your barcode into your wallet on your iPhone. So when you go to the stand, they click on your wallet and they scan the barcode that has been sent to you. Um, as far as the Androids, I'm not sure. I don't think they have a wallet, but they have something else that's similar.
Well, you
And
can actually go to the app, and if you log in member, you can access your tickets through the app still with the barcode and whatnot. You
The
just
Lions app, right?
sometimes
yeah.
no, actually like
Oh,
Ticketmaster or StubHub.
Okay.
You can still access it through that too, because you can purchase your tickets and hang on to them electronically. But the thing is with that, like when you go into the stadium, it tells you to re-log in, and
right.
yeah, it's so silly. If your phone ain't moving fast, you'll be standing there like a clown. So,
Now that is a good question, because we were seeing all those commercials, especially from Verizon, where they were talking about how they updated 5G and all these NFL stadiums that they're showing the guys updating it on the roof. Does the internet work in the building, or is it hard?
and Ford Field, it works pretty good.
Yeah. In Ford Field, in Ford Field, well, but generally, majority of the time when you go to a venue like that, the cell phone providers, they give out these boxes which are called boosters. This is why you're able to go into Ford Field, wherever stadium you go to, and you're able to have what is called guest Wi-Fi. These boosters allow you to log in, and what it does, because your normal signal may not work because of these boosters. So what they do is they pretty much advise, like when you get on the airplane, they say, hey, put your phone in airplane mode and log in to our network on the plane. Because, hey, it may work now, I can't tell you for how long, but for your sake, so that you aren't pushed out, you aren't, to made to feel uncomfortable, it's safer to just go ahead, log on to our Wi-Fi. You go, you sign in as a Lions guest on their Wi-Fi, and you should be good at the moment you reach the gate. I'm not sure as far as the range of their boosters, but I know for sure once you go through the door, you can log directly into the Detroit Lions Wi-Fi as a guest, and then you're good to go from there.
And last question on the Wi-Fi, and again, we're going to get into a whole bunch more of this type of stuff in future episodes. But last question on the Wi-Fi: do they charge you for it?
No.
Okay,
No.
I know some places do, so that's why I'm asking.
No, you don't. You don't get the standard data rates. You're not being charged per letter. No. They're not tracking your location, all that type of thing. It's just truly a guest Wi-Fi, so that you are able to inside the stadium without having to connect and reconnect and try to change to this setting and this tower. All that type of stuff.
Yeah, you'll be able to upload your pictures to social media pretty well. Honestly, that's what it's all about, honestly.
All right. Well, hey, we've only got about 8 minutes left here, so I'm gonna give 2 minutes to Bobby, 2 minutes to Nate. We'll start with Bobby. I'm gonna pin Bobby here, so he's the only attraction on the camera here. So, Bobby, 2 minutes, my friend. What are you looking for in tonight's episode of Hard Knocks?
Oh, this one.
Uh-oh, we lost Bobby. That's not good. Okay, Nate, I'm gonna go to you, my friend, because he accidentally left. So, Nate, what are you looking for? He melted under the pressure, my friend.
I see. Well, tonight, what I want to see is truthfully the growth. I want to hear them guys talk about the growth. I want to hear them guys talk about just how much they have changed from the beginning of training camp to the end of the preseason. I want to hear them talk about the goals, because majority of the time when teams are going into training camp and preseason, they have certain goals for each player, certain things that they want them to work on to get them to that next level. So I definitely want to hear about that. I want to hear about the goals. I want to hear about where the expectations of certain players, where they met. like you say, you can draft a guy. As soon as you get him, he's not what you pictured. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to see, what these guys impersonate, thoughts and their thoughts on the players that they have. Did they meet their expectations? That's the big key part for me, because that lets me know what our coaches were expecting. Like if they say, hey, this ain't what I really thought this guy was going to be, or this, like Rodrigo, he has completely changed the mindset of everybody that they drafted. As far as that they drafted him in the 6th round, he has changed their mindset. They came into it with a 6th round pick saying, yeah, this guy may be a special teams guy, so on and so forth. He has completely changed our mind. Aiden Hutchinson, what were your expectations? Was he going to have a steep learning curve? Was he going to instantly come in and make an impact? Things of that nature. So I want to see what these, the thought process were of these players. DeAndre Swift, Elaine McNeil, Aiden Hutchins, Julian Ograwa, surprise guy, Austin Bryant. Like, what were they thinking about these guys before the preseason to now?
Okay. Yeah. And I think Bobby's going to try to hop back in, but with his luck, he's going to hop in with 30 seconds to go. So I'm just going to quickly say this one thing for myself. I want to see Brad Holmes, like he is like one of the most interesting people, in my opinion, in that entire Detroit Lions organization. And we literally only saw him once when they were talking to Barry Sanders about the condition of the practice field and how beautiful it is. Like, we've got to see more from Brad Holmes. And I feel bad because I feel like the only time he's going to get shown is when he's basically crushing people's dreams and telling them that they didn't make the team. And there's so much more to being a GM than just that one fraction of his life. So for me, I want to see more about Brad Holmes. I want to see more about Dan Campbell, and not when he's addressing the team. Like he mentioned, he's got little dogs and all this, other stuff, but we haven't even seen.
You want to see the home life?
Yeah, like I would like to see some of that. Now, obviously, if they've chosen to be private with it, I respect that. That's fine. But for me, I just feel like we are one of the only teams in the league, and I know this might be a sensitive subject, but we are one of the only teams in the league with an African-American GM. I want to learn more about him. I want to learn more about, his career playing for an HBCU and how he uses the lessons he learned from that experience with how he runs this team. So for me, he's one of the most interesting people, and we haven't seen him other than a tiny bit. And that to me is wrong. Like, I want to see more about him. I also wouldn't mind seeing more about Sheila Ford, because it's been said that she's involved, that she's around, but if you're looking at the footage, she's never been there. So
what capacity is she involved? Like, what is her her stake in the team, not just her power on it? Like, are you truly mentally, physically, spiritually invested into this team? Are you at the practice? Are you at the walkthroughs? I got you.
And if she's choosing to let them run it, okay, that's fine. You're paying them to run it. Totally makes sense. But we should still hear from you. I mean, This was her moment to kind of set herself aside with all those Lions fans, because there's some Lions fans that love the ownership. There's some Lions fans that are indifferent, and there's other ones that absolutely hate the Ford family. Let's just be real. Okay. This was her moment to change those minds and say, this is what I think about
it. When it comes to that, I don't think it's much that she can do to change their mind, because majority of them are instantly going to say that a woman does it, because she said plenty of times, yeah, she's been around football, but she really doesn't know it. So, with that, you're talking about guys who probably don't want to see I hate to say it, but as a woman, a woman owner, things of that nature. So, and I think in her case, if she doesn't, it's probably like, hey, I don't want to make this about me. The Lions have had a hard enough time. This is this team going in a better direction than what it's been. I don't want to make this about me. I don't want to make it about my dad, about my mom, about losing seasons, about same old Lion things. I wanted to focus on this team now and this team moving forward. So I mean, if that's the way she's feeling, then I definitely could respect that as well.
Yeah, and I will say, because I do agree with you, that in some situations it's like you're not gonna make everybody happy. Totally get
No.
that. But you know, one thing that would absolutely change a lot of people's minds, and it would be the absolute biggest thing to ever happen on Hard Knocks, is if they, and I'm just gonna paint a picture here as a filmmaker. You see them pan to her office, she's sitting there typing away, and then in walks 6'5", 240-pound
I knew
Calvin
you was
Johnson. You knew I was gonna go there. She hands him a suitcase with some money in it, like gangster style, just opens it up. Here you go, baby. Come on back home. That would be the steal of the season.
Say that. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. When I even had to say, I knew what you were about to say.
Every single Lions fan would say, "Oh my God, this is different now." But we'll see what happens. But we got less than a minute left here.
Sorry, guys. Got an important phone call. It was not an emergency, thank God, but I had to help a coworker at work.
No worries.
I work 24. But my thoughts on the game is, guys, I want next week somebody give me their prediction. Let me know. We'll do it in quarters. I need somebody to guess the Lions' record in each quarter of the season. Top the first 4 weeks, next, et cetera, et cetera. And I will personally give them a brand new Lions hat for the person that is the person I see with the correct answer first. So if you got the right answer and you're last, it don't matter.
That sounds like a plan, guys. We got to get going here.
Sorry about it, guys. See you
on
next
the Hunt
week.
episode
Go
3.
Lions.
Go Lions.
Subscribe.